capability for God to plan, but his ultimate plan. His ultimate plan was not just to take one nation of people and leave everybody else out. His ultimate plan was to save all of those that would come with him. He already knew what our shortcomings were. He already knew that we would fail, right? And since he knew that we would fail, he provided the way or the method, the tangible method for us to be saved. Don't come to him with anything but Christ. For Christ was so important. It was a part of the original plan. It wasn't an audible. It wasn't something that he threw together at that just in case. It was the original plan. You guys hear what I'm saying?
Ever have those days where picking an outfit feels like cracking a code? The Faith and Obedience logo with Jesus long sleeve black makes it simple. Crafted piece by piece, made by kindness, inspired by faith to glorify the Most High. The bold gold and black design doesn't just catch eyes, it carries a message: strength, obedience, and hope. With the Jesus detail down the sleeve, your style speaks louder than words. Wear it, live it, let your faith stand out. Shop now at dkb.org shop. Wear it proudly, walk in obedience, and have a blessed day.
And although I was already aware of that, just sitting back and thinking about what he said in the book of Enoch really blew my mind. To really hear exactly how he was thinking and the way that he was planning this the whole time. That when he said that man will not be totally consumed and destroyed because of what the angels walked them into. That no, it's all going on the head of Azazel. He's the one responsible for it. All of mankind will not fail just because of what he's done. What he has done is taught them and shown them how to poison and destroy themselves. But even though they've been taught that, I ain't gonna let them hang themselves. You understand? Why is that important to you? Doesn't matter what's going on with you. Doesn't matter what position or what place that you are in. You literally are right where you need to be to get to him. There was no other way to go about this. There was no plan A, B, or C for you. No, this was the plan. So wherever you are at, embrace it. Embrace it and walk with him. The 24th chapter, verse 10. Then shall they greatly rejoice and exult in the Holy One. The sweet odor shall enter into their bones, and they shall live a long life on the earth as your forefathers have lived. Saying they're going to go back to living hundreds and up to almost over 1,000 years. That's the same thing that it says in Jubilees. When you read the book of Jubilees, the first chapter of the book of Jubilees says that there's going to come in a point in a time where the Hebrews are going to wake up and say, man, what is going on with us? We used to live to 900, almost 1,000 years. And now here we sitting here reading, and we can see that we living in the 60 to 65 years. And they're going to look and they're going to see, oh, we're not living the way he told us to live. And we will begin to fight and desire to live the way that God wanted us to live. And once we made that change, part of the change would be the acceleration into a long and fulfilled life, a life of joy. Why was these books hidden from you? Because not everybody's going to be partakers in this originally. What am I saying to you? The truth shall set them free. There's something that's designated for the Hebrews, that those that are with them will witness it and to some effect reap the rewards of them getting into their position. But it's some things that have honestly been designated for the Hebrews. You understand? And that's something that people did not want to get out, right? But if you know anything about God, how merciful and how loving he is, this was always part of the plan. So you can never count out his mercy, his blessings, the way that he desires to take care of all of those that open their mouth and call him Father. Those that live through their heart like he's their Father. You understand what I'm saying? The sweet odor shall enter into their bones, and they shall live a long life on the earth as their forefathers have lived. Neither in their days shall sorrow, distress, trouble, and punishment afflict them. And I blessed Yahuwah of glory, the everlasting King, because he has prepared the tree for the Kodashim, for the saints, formed it, and declared that he would give it to them. Saying that this tree that was set to the side, right along with this throne that was set to the side, that is there and it's been sitting, holding its place for when that time comes, because he already designated that that's how it was going to be. And there's nothing in this world that's going to stop that from coming. Enoch chapter 25. From there I proceeded to the middle of the earth, and beheld a happy and fertile spot, which contained branches continually sprouting from the trees which were planted in it. There I saw a holy mountain, and underneath it water on the eastern side, which flowed towards the south. I love how descriptive that Enoch is. Even when he was talking about the heavens themselves, and he kept making the declaration, and I saw, and then he would spell out exactly what he saw. He was never short for adjectives or for descriptive words, right? For there I proceeded to the middle of the earth, and beheld a happy and fertile spot, which contained branches continually, sprouting from the trees which were planted in it. There I saw a holy mountain, and underneath it water on the eastern side, which flowed towards the south. I saw also on the east another mountain, as high as that, and between them there were deep but not wide valleys. Water ran towards the mountain to the west of this, and underneath there was likewise another mountain. There was a valley, but not a wide one, below it. And in the midst of them were other deep and dry valleys towards the extremity of the three. All these valleys, which were deep but not wide, consisted of a strong rock, with a tree which was planted in them. And I wondered at the rock and at the valleys, being extremely surprised. Chapter 26. Then I said, what means this blessed land, all these lofty trees, and the accursed valley between them? Then Uriel, one of the holy angels who were with me, replied, this valley is the accursed of the accursed forever. Here shall be collected all who utter with their mouths unbecoming language against Elohim, and speak harsh things of his glory. So everybody that like to come and say crazy things about the Most High, or talk crazy to him, there's a place that's been set aside just for you. See, as we go further, you're going to realize that there are several locations and designations for individuals in the hereafter. That it's wildly organized. Wildly organized. Here shall they be collected. Here shall be their territory. In the latter days, an example of judgment shall be made of them in righteousness before the Kodashim, before the saints. While those who have received mercy shall forever, all their days, bless Elohim, the everlasting King. Meaning that all those that spoke ill of the Most High, that talk crazy about him, he's going to take all of them and place them in this location and make an example of them to all the other inhabitants of the kingdom. And at the period of judgment, shall they bless him for his mercy. Who? Not the ones that have been talking crazy about him, but the ones that's been saved. They will sit and witness what happens to all of those that was talking crazy about him. And when they see what happens to them, they'll turn to the Most High and bless him for his mercy. Because they'll understand, man, look at what they did. Why didn't they call for forgiveness? Why didn't they ask for forgiveness? He would have forgave them from this. Man, thank you for forgiving me. I know the things that I did. Woo! Thank you, God, for forgiving me. Right? Then nothing that you do goes unnoticed. Nothing that, when it says that he keeps records, he just told us earlier in chapter 24, they don't only keep records of your wickedness, they keep records of your righteousness too. All the good that you do, all of it is written down. Why? There's going to be a reward ceremony. There's going to be a reward ceremony where they're going to slowly, one by one, go through every single thing that you've done. Everything. When it says that the reward, that those that come in last will receive the same reward as those that come in first, it was talking about kingdom. He was talking about you get into the kingdom. But once you get into the kingdom, it's levels. The kingdom is vast, extremely vast. And there's through your service and your servitude is how close to him you get to get. Meaning there will be some that will be so far off, they'll just see him shining like he shines way over there. They'll never be close enough to actually really partake with him. Why? Because they didn't serve him. They didn't really serve him. They didn't really serve the kingdom. What they put forth minimum effort. They're not burning, but they not up close. But as you get closer and closer and closer to him, these are the ones that sacrificed more for him. These are the ones that lost their life to receive their life. These are the ones that believed in him and went forward and walked with him. Right? Verse 4, and at the period of the judgment shall they bless him for his mercy, as he has distributed it to them. Then I blessed Elohim, addressing myself to him, making mention, as was meet, of his greatness. Enoch said, when he heard that, he just started telling, God, I just want to let you know how absolutely marvelous and wonderful that you are, how you have saved me, you have blessed me. You've not only allowed me to walk amongst angels on the earth itself, you've brought me up into your own habitation and shown me all of these things. Remember when we said that God doesn't hide things from people? He don't hide what he have for you. Men will try to hide it from you. But the Most High not going to hide it from you. He wants you to see what he has waiting for you. Why? Because you are not just some random creation. You are handcrafted by him. Your soul is individually picked and placed exactly where you were born at, where you grew up at. Each person's life is a perfectly set condition and situation to get you to an expected end result. If you choose to. Because he won't make you. So what am I telling you? He set the deck for you to win. He's made it extremely difficult for you to lose. He doesn't send anybody to hell. All those that go because they want to. You would just be surprised at how many people want to instead of going with him. From there I proceeded towards the east, to the middle of the mountain in the desert. Yes, I understand. From there I proceeded towards the east, to the middle of the mountain in the desert, the level surface only of which I perceived. It was full of trees of the seed alluded to, and water leaped down upon it. There appeared a cataract, composed as many cataracts, both towards the west and towards the east. Upon one side were trees, upon the other water and dew. Let me spell cataract for you. C-A-T-A-R-A-C-T. Just in case you want to look up and say, well, what's a cataract? Excuse me. Enoch chapter 28. Then I went to another place from the desert, towards the east of that mountain which I had approached. Now, all of these locations he's talking about are on the earth itself. Verse 2. There I beheld trees of judgment, particularly the sweet-smelling opiate, O-P-I-A-T-E, opiate, frankincense, and myrrh, and trees unlike to each other. And over it, above them, was the elevation of the eastern mountain at no great distance. I likewise saw another place with valleys of water which never wasted, where I perceived a goodly tree, which in smell resembled the mastic tree. And mastic is M-A-S-T-I-C. And towards the sides of these valleys I perceived cinnamon of a sweet odor. Over them I advanced towards the east. Then I beheld another mountain containing trees, from which water flowed like Nikitro, which is Neketro. Its name was Serarina, and Kalibomba, Kalboneba. And upon this mountain I beheld another mountain, which were trees of Alvia. These trees were full like almond trees and strong, and when they produced fruit, it was superior to all redolence. Now that redolence is spelled R-E-D-O-L-E-N-C-E. Chapter 31. Oh, I thought I had drank myself already. After these things, surveying the entrances of the north, above the mountains I perceived 7 mountains replete with pure nard. Odoriferous are odorous trees, cinnamon and papyrus. From there I passed on above the summits of those mountains to some distance eastward and went over the Eurythean Sea. Now, the way that you spell this is Raean Sea. Now remember that these locations were in their places before the flood, because all of this is before the flood, right? And when I was advanced far beyond it, I passed along above the angel Zatel, and arrived at the garden of righteousness. In this garden I beheld, among other trees, some which were numerous and large, and were flourished, and which flourished there. Their fragrance was agreeable and powerful, and their appearance both varied and elegant. The tree of knowledge also was there, of which if anyone eats, he becomes endowed with great wisdom. Verse 4, it was like a species of the tamarind tree. Now he's talking about this tree of knowledge. He's about to explain what it looks like. And it was like the species of the tamarind tree, bearing fruit which resembled grapes, extremely fine, and its fragrance extended to a considerable distance. I exclaimed, how beautiful is this tree, and how delightful is its appearance. Then holy Raphael, an angel who was with me, answered and said, this is the tree of knowledge, of which your ancient father and your aged mother ate. Now, what did they just tell us about this tree of knowledge? That the tree of knowledge will endow you with great wisdom. Now do you understand why I say that we are devolving? We are not evolving. Why? We were way smarter before. For Adam had eaten from the tree, and Eve ate from the tree. The Most High never struck their wisdom. He never wiped out their wisdom. He didn't wipe their minds. They still knew immense amounts of knowledge. And what do parents do to their children? Well, you pass down. And there was no TVs, no internet, no cell phones. There were no type of distractions like this. Do you understand? Which means that they were passing this knowledge down to their children. You get what I'm saying? So people in general were extremely brilliant. Now you can see why we can't figure out how they were doing what they were doing back then. Some of it was their capability of understanding and passing down 600, 700, 800 years worth of wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, right? And then some of it was